Man, y'all know the face, y'all know the name. Y'all tuned into the World's Realest Podcast, Talk Ain't Cheap Podcast, hosted by yours truly, Mr. This the Movie Clears Real Talk. And I got a special guest here with me. Y'all know we've been doing this for over 200 episodes by now, so y'all know we are seasoned. We are seasoned. So I got a special guest here with me. Special guest, please introduce yourself.
Hey everybody, it's your girl Abby Lee Rose.
What's going on, Miss Rose? How you doing?
I'm doing well, can't complain.
You are a busy woman.
Yes, I am.
You do a lot of different things.
Yes, I do.
And I'm just kind of excited to have this conversation because it's like one of these conversations that I see like your work ethic. I see what you're doing. I actually remember when you kind of started what you was doing, and we're gonna talk about all that.
Okay.
And I'm just happy to kind of see like just your growth and just like you being consistent with it, because I know what you do is not easy.
Yeah, I'm juggling a lot at one time.
And you're a mom.
I'm a mother. Yes.
So you have a lot to definitely share today with the people out there.
Absolutely.
So I'm gonna start it off real simple. You said I help others heal through words.
Yes.
How do you help people heal through words?
I think that words are very powerful, and as I began my writing career, I would say back in 2021 I'll say 2019 when I first started writing poetry, I never realized how powerful words were. So through the power of words, you build a connection. Through connection, you connect with others. And then there's like some type of magic that helps people. You understand each other, you feel seen, you feel understood. And I feel like the whole point of life is connecting with other people. So yeah, you just help each other heal through understanding, through connection. So when I say I help other people heal through words, by the sharing of words, we build a connection, and through connection, we build the understanding, and that gives you clarity, and then it helps you find solutions.
I love that. So what made you want to become an author, a poet? Like what made you want to use those modes of communication to get your story heard or to help others heal?
Everything that I'm doing, and that's what I love about when you find your passion and your purpose in life, it happened organically. So during COVID, when everything was shut down, everyone was drinking. All you heard about was everyone going to the liquor stores, and everyone was bored out their mind. Something sparked inside of me. I would say God, because it definitely didn't come from anywhere. And I kind of dibbled and dabbled like with writing and poetry like a couple years ago. But then I just kind of started up again during COVID because there really wasn't much to do. And I just had a feeling that I just didn't want to drink or smoke. I feel like I come from a party background. That's really what I'm known for. Back in my teens, throwing house parties, doing stuff with everybody. And I just wanted to do something different. So I literally started writing. I started sharing my poetry with my closest people around me, letting them hear it. And organically, I just told myself, like, I made a bet with someone. I think one of my friends, I'm like, if I write 70 poems, then I'll write a book. And I always tell myself, like, it was a number that was like not hard to reach, but also not easy to reach at the same time. And then I literally hit 70 poems, and then my book came, and then I'm an author, and then literally everything developed organically. So it literally went from me writing poetry to self-publish my book on Amazon. And then from there, I think just also trying to promote your book, also trying to be creative. I guess at the time I didn't realize, but I was vlogging. And that's where the Rose Connect came from. I was just basically vlogging. I was super big into health. I have a trainer, love him to death. He's literally like my brother, Colin Zukeji, and he literally taught me everything I know. And just from working out with him and, the more that I wrote, I just kind of tapped more inside within myself, and that I just kind of just started sharing that. I was vegan for 2 years. I was literally, recording everything I was eating, just pretty much giving advice to make that journey easy for other people. People like Vegan Mike. I was like really inspired by a lot of people who were big on health and fitness. So I think around that time of me just like, once again, everything's falling into each other organically, from writing to writing a book and then to vlogging with everything. That's where my media business came. I kind of revamped it, I'll say sometime like last year. I kind of revamped it. And in my vlogging of me just sharing my stories, I always supported people naturally. But then I'm like, I like the idea of, putting myself on and also with other people. So then I started the campaign, build the brand, support a brand, build my brand, support your brand. We come up together. Most of the time, people are discouraged in business or the narrative, bless you, in Staten Island that people don't support each other. So I came up with a way, okay, build my brand, support your brand. We both pour into each other's cup. Everybody's happy. So that's where build the brand, support a brand came from. And yeah, just organically, everything just developed. So I told myself, I really love the aspect of telling my story and sharing other stories. And that's the power of media that I loved. So yeah, just from writing to poetry to, being an author and sharing my story and other stories, that's why I'm so passionate about media. And then that's pretty much what the media company I'm building now, the Rose Connect Network. And yeah, it's just about sharing my story and other people and connecting with people. And since I am a business major, I just know the power of resources. So I just basically want to be the main plug. I'm using, I guess you could say, my popularity, somebody will call me, or my influence or my resources to help other people. So definitely team other underdog. Definitely team like we could all come up together. We could all win. I found my passion. You find your passion. And that's that. That's how it just developed from there.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Before we go into Rose Connect, I want to speak more about the book publishing process. Okay. So you say you wrote 70 poems?
So I wrote more than 70 poems now. But when I first was writing my poems, I just set a goal. If I write 70 poems, I'll write a book. So my first book that I published on Amazon was Confessions of an Extrovert. I would consider myself an extroverted person, outgoing, but I feel like just because people are really out there, they also go through other stuff. And I think it's also to a misconception that you can only be this one way. I would consider myself introverted and extroverted. I'm very outgoing. I love human interaction. I love connecting with other people, but I'm also very reserved. I'm also very to myself. So I think writing the poems of Confessions of an Extrovert was kind of also what goes on behind the scene of a very outgoing person. What would they call us? Like a person with so much light that gives to so many people. What I was going through behind the scenes. And that was the point of writing my poetry book, almost like a revelation of just my experience with friendship, love, betrayal, loss, and pretty much the themes of life.
I love that. Mm-hmm. So what's the difference between Confessions of an Extrovert and Confessions of an Extrovert Unlocked and Reloaded?
So Unlocked and Reloaded is pretty much part 2. So it's pretty much around the same themes, but I feel like Confessions of an Extrovert was really more about my world. That was like my tell-all of things that I was going through. And then Unlocked and Reloaded was pretty much like another chapter, but more of what was around me versus what I was only going through. I shared stories influenced by other people. So the first one will be more of what I was going through and my experience. And then my second one, I kind of based around what was going on around me, influenced by other people. So some of them poems aren't about me. So yeah.
I feel that. All right. So with the book publishing process, right? I guess the question I have is just what was that process like? Was it difficult? How do you go about publishing a book? I guess is the best way to ask. Because for a lot of people who may be listening, they want to actually publish a book. They want to actually, be able to get a book out there and connect with others and stuff like that. What's the process like of actually publishing a book?
Honestly, it really depends on what route you want to go on. Some people do self-publishing. Self-publishing, you own most of the rights to your book. You have more power in the direction that you want to basically publish it. And then some people do traditional publishing where you go through a publishing company. No matter what you do, the best way to protect yourself is basically to copyright your work and trademark your work. Either way, publishing, you're gonna need help. You can't do everything yourself, and that would cost more money. So what people do is they'll either self-publish and give I self-publish through Amazon. So I give them a percentage of my royalties. You go through traditional publishing, you're giving someone a percentage of your royalties, basically the money you make from your books. So either way, it really goes according to the individual. For me, I could have always looked online and went through someone and tried to have them, and I still can go through that route. I think it's just all a learning experience of what you want to do. I think just for me, for self-publishing, I did my research. I've asked other authors, and it was just easier to put your work up. Since I am a business major, I'm very big on protecting myself. And I think when you're trying to own something, you just realize the power in ownership. And I just didn't want to give my right to way to something that I work for. Because most of the time, depending on what route you're going, if you do choose to go work with other companies or other people, they're either going to want certain rights to something or a huge percentage because they're being the main distribution of how you get your books out there. Like traditional companies could probably get your books into stores or places that an individual couldn't get themselves unless they had connections. So, yeah, I just did through Amazon, KDP. I forgot the acronym for it. I think it was called Kindle Direct Publishing. But yeah, but even after you publish, it still work. That's the thing. Anything you put out, it still work. It's promotion. It's advertisement. It's going out and I do poetry, so my main field will be open mics. That's the best place to go to promote your book. You literally have a crowd where people love poetry, and you literally can market your book. They literally hear you. You bring a couple of your copies. Hey, my name is Abilene Rose. This is my book. If you like what I read through my open mic, here you go. Here's my book. So that's usually how it works.
Okay. So did your books lead to the Rose experience? Or was the Rose experience something that you kind of created in a different way that led to the books?
All right. So as far as the Rose experience, I released my book. And like I said, everything by the grace of God developed organically. The Rose experience around that time, like I said, and especially off of my first book, Confessions of an Extrovert, I was a vegan around that time. I wanted to highlight literally my world and show my people. So it was a way to promote my poetry, promote my book, give people an insight of the food that I ate. I think my first one was in my house. I did a sip and paint. So I did a sip and paint, and then I also performed my poetry. And honestly, RE3, this will be my third event, will be next year, 2025. That was probably the biggest one in my house. It was pouring raining. My family, my friends, they came, they showed up and showed out. So I think from the success and the love and the support that I got from that event, it was just a boost. Like, girl, you could do anything. If these people showed up in the rain in your house, and I didn't price that little either. I absolutely charge people $30 to come to my house. One, it's a service. Like I said, you can't ever get discouraged, but at the end of the day, you work with what you have. So around that time, I didn't have a hall. I have a very beautiful home. I had a backyard, so I used what I had, and it was great. And people who respect you and your vision, they're going to pay. They got their money's worth. I mean, I pretty much, for $30, they had pretty much unlimited liquor, unlimited food, and a sip and paint. You took a painting home. So clearly around that time, my math, my business skills, I'm going to have to, up it up now.
Gotta tweak them things, huh?
Gotta tweak it. Like I said, if that's one thing too, I absolutely try to always give back in some way. And base my events around my people, because I know if you're supporting me, I'm going to make that money worthwhile. So absolutely, the Rose experience was supposed to basically be a big promotion around my book. And then the second one that I did, it just developed into, like I said, back with the more I kept revamping my blog, that's the Rose Connect. it just kind of grew. So my second one, I had people actually performing. I had a friend, Courtney Devon. She performed spoken word. And then I had Moray. She's a singer from Staten Island, beautiful voice. She performed 2 of her songs. And now it's bigger than me, right? And you've ever heard the term, with great power comes great responsibility? So it was something that Moray said to me at my event. She was like, you're opening up a platform for other people. Like, what you're doing is a beautiful thing. And then it's something just clicked like, at this point, you know you marketing queen. Like, you're going to promote your book. You're going to say your poetry. People going to come out and show out. And you already established yourself to where you're a known poet and you just got to keep promoting. But now this is about build the brand, support a brand. Build my brand, support your brand. So now it's almost like the Rose experience where it was just about promoting what I have going on. Now it's about me and my friends, me and other business owners. Now it turned into a social network event where, although I'm promoting what I have going on, now I'm helping other brands get that exposure through my events. And it makes me feel really good.
That's fire. No, I feel that. And I feel like your events have always been amazing. I love your family.
Thank you.
I love y'all. I come here all the time. And y'all open me with wide arms, and y'all always do be having mad liquor and food like that.
So it's just it's honestly natural.
Yeah.
So even with events, I know people try to look at what's the secret but honestly, the secret to making great events is giving what you're promoting to people in love. It's just love. It's just love, and that's it. I think my love seeps through my events, my intentions, and that's one thing. My events are very intentional. Certain things are very intentional. I think everything that I do is intentional. And that's why I don't just do anything. So I think my events are just really built on just giving people love, because you're supporting me. You're coming to spend your money. Now my job is to make sure the money that you're spending is worth it. That the value that I'm giving you, you get something in return. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's about for me. Just the love.
I love it. And so now we can talk about the Rose Connect.
Okay.
So like you kind of hit on the whole concept of Staten Island support, right? And
yes,
how Staten Island, there is a stigma that Staten Islanders don't support each other, and there's a lot of, negativity sometimes around like Staten Island events and who goes and who doesn't go. What was the whole reason for the Rose Connect?
The reason for the Rose Connect, I would say, I don't know. I just feel like God just really been doing his big one on me. Like, it was like I was asleep for so many years, worried about the wrong things. And then like I said, during COVID, what I thought the Rose Connect was literally just like my own little personal blog of me sharing stuff about health and fitness. I would say that basically it just turned into like not only something for me, it turned into something for myself and to help connect other people, like pretty much, like I said, just to build the brand, support a brand campaign. So what turned into a personal vlog for me ended up being a platform for everyone now. So that's what the Rose Connect is, creating a network full of resources with connections for a lifetime. And I try to stick to that through my events with other people. I'm not really worried about being the number one plug or resource, because that doesn't really exist. Everyone has their own resources, but I definitely take advantage of the people that I know, that there's an underdog or somebody that needs that exposure. Even if my people aren't your core audience, somebody knows somebody. You know what I'm saying? And through that connection of trying to help each other, somebody could be put on with something. So the Rose Connect is really just, like I said, it's just pretty much building a brand and supporting another brand. Just a big resource for people to utilize, businesses, creatives, and that is my target audience, businesswomen, businessmen. I'm super, super big into business. I really enjoy it. So I think although through like, I'm just reposting and sharing other brands, I also drop certain gems of business, like just as far as like protect yourself, trademark, copyright, patent, like pretty much trying to be the main resources for business people to find your passion, but also to protect your passion. So that's what the Rose Connect is.
I love it. So my question for you is, have you thought about maybe working with like the Small Business Association or like the Black Chambers of Commerce? Why I say that, I feel like those are vehicles and avenues where you can actually like utilize your talents and your connections to actually not only get to the next level but also help other people who are younger who may not know that these opportunities exist.
I think everything is one step at a time. I think what I see happen a lot is a lot of people build these brands or their businesses and it's not protected. For me, I'm not putting my blood, sweat, and tears for a big corporation or someone else to just come and sweep. So instead of trying to be in competition with somebody else, I'm in competition with myself. I'm in competition with the pre-version of myself, and that means I have to take the proper steps of, solidifying my brand, building my foundation, finding my audience. And like I said, with my business, I wanted to develop organically because it will just flow better. You know what I'm saying? And I do have other dreams besides, just the regular general media. Like I eventually want to do seminars. Like I said, I'm really big into business. I want to work with kids, which is why I don't just post anything on the Rose Connect. I feel like nowadays there's all different types of media, and I want to exploit media that uplifts our people. Like I love, and I'm influenced by blogs like The Shade Room and Hollywood Unlocked, but that's not, I feel like they do like a general media, but it's also just to show like what's currently going on. No, mine is basically set to like literally put like a magnifying glass on what is going on with people in our communities, with the creative, with the business. And eventually, yeah, I wanna branch off when I'm more solidified and a little bit more experienced in developing more characteristics into working with brands like that and working with companies, because at the end of the day, what are you doing it for? We're doing it for the youth, right? Besides the people that are our age, this isn't really for them. This is solely for them. This is for the youth. So that's why, like I said, I'm very intentional with everything that I post, because I know somebody's always watching. And although you might not think that you're a big person, influence is very strong. And I try to be very responsible with that. And I would love to, work with those corporations and business in the future. Absolutely.
I like what you said about influence, because I feel like I'm one of the people that may have influence but don't really like tap into it like that anymore. Mm-hmm. So what advice would you have for like maximizing your influence and maximizing your resources, your reach, and relationships?
I would say everyone has potential to have influence. It's about what you do with it. I think you're in denial if... Here's my thing. Once I decided to put myself out in the public, and that's why I try to protect like my privacy and my personal life as much as I can, you pretty much have no control of that. So I told myself, if I'm going to put myself out there, I'm going to be true to who I am, but I'm also going to protect who I am, and I'm also going to be careful how I conduct myself, because influence, once you turn on that camera, once you put yourself out there, people are watching. Kids, parents, teens, peers, people in the community. So I think it's about acknowledging the fact that you even have influence, and then utilizing it in a way that I won't say is beneficial for you, but what's aligned with you. I would basically say that, like, once you realize that you do have the influence and you do realize that God gave you a certain gift, use it. Use it in a way that's going to make your life better. Use it in a way that's going to make someone else's life's better. And that's what it's about. Just tapping in with yourself. That's what I tell people. When you first start building a brand, finding your passion, stop looking over to what the next person's doing. It's okay if you want to get a general idea, because no one's the originator of everything. But the answers is not looking over at your man's, looking over at the next person. It's about tapping in with yourself, because the vision and the ideas that you're getting is from God, not from nobody else. Unless that's someone or something that he sent you, it's about tapping in with yourself. And when you tap in with yourself, which is you could say my ideology, reflection, clarity, solutions. When you tap in with yourself and when you reflect, you understand what you're thinking, you understand them thoughts, and then you're able to come up with your solutions. So that's what I live by. Reflection Clarity Solutions, RCS. That's what helps me. But the answers is really within yourself, not around. And then I basically just use human interaction and going out and living to be my inspiration. And then I channel that inspiration into everything that I'm doing.
How do you balance being a mom, an introvert, an extrovert, and being outside?
I would say balance. And I know that sounds so simple, but it's not. I would say prioritizing your mental health, having balance. I have a schedule. Like even today, I'll tell people, like, when I used to work at the hospital, I think those jobs are very demanding. I would come home after a long day, see my kid for 3 hours, and he go to sleep. That's not the type of parent that I want to be. And I get it. Everyone has different lives, but for me, for my soul, for my sanity, I want to be a very present mother. I'm a single mother, so it's important that I'm a present mother. My child is autistic. It's important that I make myself present to him. I would say just a very good schedule, a schedule of balanced sleep. And I was talking to this about my friend Jati as well. Like when you're going from, and I'm still working 9 to 5, but when you're going in from straight clocking in to trying to build something out of nothing and have to be a parent, it's not easy. So I'm heavy on, I do pop-ups. I'm on some like, hey, I show my face, I come support. I'll go off for maybe 2 to 3 hours. I'll be at home studying, sharpening my craft, sharpening my skills. Like I said, rest, eating healthy, working out. You literally need a schedule of mind, body, spirit in order to be completely balanced. And what that means for me is praying, giving God gratitude for all the gifts that he gives me, working out to keep my body healthy. I have to be active if I want to go and get it. So that means I have to eat healthy. I have to be active. I have to work out. I don't want to experience burnout, so I have to take time to myself. So certain times of the day when my son's in school and I get out early, that's my time to rest. That's my time to sit in my thoughts, to basically do anything that doesn't have to do with work. When he comes home, I'll spend time with him and then have a balance of just researching or just, like I said, just brushing up on my skills. When you do media, you're basically doing 1,000 things. I'm a business owner, so I have to study business, journalism, marketing, advertisement, and research what's going on within the community for things to cover. Like I told you before, or off camera, I think there's a difference between just putting a microphone in somebody's hand and speaking. And of course, a natural conversation is a beautiful thing, but journalism is another one. And that's why, too, even as I'm developing within media, I'm a journalist. Like, I'm not, content creation needing, but content creation is another word for marketing. That's something that you do. I am a journalist, and I'm a journalist because I take my time to study someone's story, find the facts, because what journalism is, right? Finding enough of the facts to paint the story and put out there. And so, yes, I'm a journalist. So I would say basically just having a balance of mind, body, spirit.
Do you plan on going back to school to be a journalist, or you don't really think that's just necessary?
I think it depends where this road leads me. If I feel like I need more studies in traditional journalism, I honestly have to finish my business major. So I would say I have about 2 semesters left. If I'm going to go back to school, it's going to be to finish that. It is super hard. I have breezed through from, basically killing myself and just putting in semester after semester. And I think that's why I took a break. Because I just was experiencing burnout, that my grandmother died. So just in between that semester, it was just a lot. But I would basically say, yeah, I would go back for business. But I'm just very good at self-teaching. So honestly, the same thing I'll be doing in school, I'll literally go on Amazon, buy my books, journalism, whatever I want to study. So the same thing that I would have a curriculum in and what someone will be teaching me, which I did online anyway, I basically study on my own. I want to learn how to interview people. I want to learn about journalism. Well, my first thing I do is conduct research of the job title that I'm trying to do. And then I go and get the resources to basically study upon that. So I want to do media journalist. I go to Amazon, look up books, journalism, media, mass communication. And honestly, I don't know what it is, but I'm just a nerd. I'm just like a book person. All my answers are going to be in a book. So I'll get the information I need from a book, read it from top to bottom, and then I'll go out. I'll go with a professional, and I'll literally go get my hands-on experience. That's what works for me.
No, that's dope, and I think it's really essential that you said that, because I feel like a lot of people, they tend to not do that. Like they'll just wait for the information to kind of come to them. But when it comes to like what you do and how you do it, I think it's really dope that you are taking initiative and just doing all the things that you need to do to get the knowledge and the information and getting the experience. Do you have any mentors, or are you just doing everything like straight up by yourself?
No, that's one thing too. A lot of these people are great friends of mine, but I would absolutely call them mentors. Because I'm big in representation matters. So if you see someone else doing it, if you see like, of a person you aspire to be or want to be like, or what they're doing, you have to literally watch them. So I would say when I really first started my poetry journey, I have to give gratitude to the Badass Boot Camp, Hala Marak, Jutty.
Shout out to Hala and Jutty, man.
Jutty, I want to call them by their brands, the Badass Boot Camp, Meta Movement, Connect and Create. I am very good friends with Jutty. I think just even having certain talks with her, she's not one person that gatekeeps. When I first started my journey as trying to find myself, just even as a creative, they were two people that I could just go to, and they just basically drop gems. And I guess through natural conversation, being able, they open up that creative space for people to come and, basically what I'm trying to do now. So I'm not the originator of basically trying to put other brands on. I've seen a lot of great people before me. My family, Smokey Browning, he literally is the visionary. That is what I call him. He literally takes an idea, brings it to life. So he did, his brand, Adult Play, Tournament of Champions, and things like that. And I guess just basically through seeing them do that and that representation, we kind of was all around the same time. I know Jutty been doing this for years. Same thing as Smokey within the community. And I would just say basically like Jutty, Hala, Smokey, even when it comes to business, Jeff, my boy Jeff, even when he was working in CSI with everything he has going on, there's a lot of great mentor. When I was doing my vegan journey, Vegan Mike. So literally my community, like I said, the resources are there. And I think I'm just a person that is super big on utilizing your resources. And the people that I wanted to connect with, or even the questions that I had, these were people who all were just a open book into just helping me understand and just giving me the confidence to where I am now. So shout out to my community, shout out to Staten Island, even Tariq Zaid from the Bodega. God just aligned me with the best people when it was time for me to start this journey. And that's who I'm trying to be for other people now that I'm still building myself up and even building up as well.
All right, and I think you really hit on something else important, is building community. So I'll say, like, what are your 3 to 5 best advice tips on building a strong community?
Building a strong community, be someone that can be relatable. Be yourself. We live in a world where you could literally, like I said, it's filter based. You get on social media and you turn into a character. Be yourself so other people can relate to you. And if you're not understood in your world, then you start your own world. Literally, connecting, supporting. It's one thing, to talk about community, but are you even a part of your community? But the problem is that a lot of people as well, they basically just want the support. They want what's beneficial from the community, but you're not giving back. I tell people there's literally no secret. It's literally showing up for your community, going outside. Like, I will go places by myself. I don't need people to come with me. I don't need to be influenced to go and support somebody. It's just what you do. We from Staten Island. So in my eyes, I also played a lot of sports. It's just the home team. You support your home team. You protect your home team. So it's really just that simple for me. Do I know that, the support can be shaky depending on who it is, but I don't focus on that. I focus on the person that I am, being true to myself. And when you're true to yourself, the right people will just gravitate towards that. The right people will just gravitate towards that. And like I said, you have to be a part of your community. I'm outside. I'm with my community. Even doing my media, I'm not one of them people that's just, just recording. I'm recording and cheering you on. And, even when I do my media, I like to be a representation of my city. You don't have your family members coming? I'll come. I'll pop out. I'll be the representative. I'll be the one like, yes, you better go. You from Staten Island, do your thing. And like I said, I think in order to build a strong organic community, you have to be a part of it. You got to support it. And it's just as simple as that. I don't care what anyone says. Like, it's just as simple as showing up. But I think the problem is that people want only a certain type of support from certain parts of the community. I guess and I hate to say it, but like the popular crowd of the people that you want to be validated from. Nah, baby, I tap into all markets. I'm with the nerds. I'm with the youth. I'm with the elders. I don't limit myself. I make myself, as long as it's aligned with what I'm doing, I make myself marketable in whatever is aligned with me. So I don't close myself. I open up myself to just dip into everything, and I just support my community. And that's how you build a stronger community. You have to be a part of it. You got to support it.
I love that. So I have some of your poetry. And I was looking through some socials and just doing my Googles and stuff, and I was like, I would love to hear your perspective on some of these things.
Okay.
So the first one is the power of self-love, the power of awareness, the power of accountability. It's time to work. What made you say that? What emotions I guess motivated you to have that perspective?
I think I have different types of poetry. I think the ones that I promote on my social media, like the reels, those are more like messages that I want people to have. So sometimes I'll be going through something. Sometimes I'll have certain thoughts that will come to me. It's usually shaped around whatever I'm going through. And it could just be a thought like, you know what, your life will be better if you just develop the power of accountability, the power of awareness, the power of just doing work. Sometimes it's literally just that, like just certain messages that I want people to know. Like, okay, I know it's easy for us to, say life sucks sometimes, but we play a part. So I think another thing through the messages that I promote, have accountability with whatever you're doing. Like I said, be intentional. Just little things like that. Those are just messages that I hope reaches someone, and I hope that they connect, because it's clearly something that I went through. And then my power of releasing it to the world is just, I went through this. Let me share this message with somebody else, and hopefully that can help somebody else.
I like that. Okay. The next one is, any feelings or connections she had for you, she buried it. Deep down, she knew you weren't ready for a love so pure.
And that's the power of what you're releasing. You never know who's watching. I think that just relates to choosing yourself. We just live in a world where people aren't just even sure about themselves, and you put so much faith into people. You want to have a certain outcome from somebody when you like someone, and it's just about, no matter how I feel, I know you're not worthy of a love that I'm ready to give right now. So I'm choosing me. That's really just what that is. Like, I think I just had like a lot of situationships, a lot of situations with people, and I love seeing the best in people, because I just naturally want everyone to win, but sometimes it cripples me because I see the potential in people too much that it kind of distracts you away from what is reality. And reality is, as much as I like you, as much as I want to connect you and be around you, I know deep down you're not showing me that you're worthy of a love that I can give, so I don't need to be around you. I'm choosing me.
Yeah, choose you, sis. Nah, I feel that. Trust me. Trust me. Right now, I ain't gonna say the streets is trash, because I feel like there's beauty in everything, but You know, it could be real
The
tough.
dating pool got piss in it.
Man. How is dating as a mom, as a single mom? Like, what is that like? Especially on Staten Island where everyone knows everybody knows everybody's business. Do you have to go off the island and do long distance relationships?
Dating as a mom, dating on Staten Island, it's definitely not easy. I have very, I won't say popular brothers, but brothers who are literally friends with everyone. So in order for me to literally like deal with someone, it would literally have to be like one of their friends or something like that. And I'm just not really into it. I think naturally, since my family's so connected with everybody, I just try to shy away from, like I said, I'm really more private when it comes to my dating life now, especially from coming from such a public relationship and seeing the effects that it has. I'm super, super private now. I won't even like be keen or like really engaging with someone I'm even dealing with in public. No, like my private life is for me. No one needs to know about it. But I would say I'm a mother. So if you're dealing with the mother period, you have to just realize, unfortunately, you have to compromise with me and work on my time. Like I tell people, I'm not outside till after 9 o'clock. Don't even look for me. My kid comes first. Depending on what it is, like I will try to, compromise because everything can be on my time. But for the most part, I'm not compromising, excuse my language, dick over my child. It's just not happening. Like if I couldn't figure out a way to work things out, get a sitter here and there for certain things. But no, I'm a night owl. I'm a night owl. Like I'm free after 9 o'clock, boo. Want to take me on a date? Want to go out after 9 o'clock? After my son is tucked away in bed, after he's safe so I can have a peace of mind. Because if he's not good, I can't really enjoy myself. So I would just say a dating period isn't easy. And dating on Staten Island, everyone does know everyone. If it's not connected to my brothers, they didn't talk to one of my friends. They didn't try to. It's just too connected. Like
Everybody cousins.
Everybody cousins. So it's just like, it's not easy. Like I said, especially who my brothers are, it's not easy at all. Like, not easy at all. So, but I make it do what it do. And I have my private time. I'll go off the island if I need to. But right now I'm just focused on building my businesses.
I love that for you. My last one. This one's a little lengthy, so bear with me. As much as it hurts, I need to feel it. I need to experience that pain. I need to see it through. I need to pray about it. I need to scream. I can't ignore that feeling anymore that keeps growing inside of me, slowly creeping in. I'm ready for the healing. I'm ready for the excuses to stop, the lessons to be learned, the love I yearn for myself.
Sometimes like, damn, I wrote that. Damn, I wrote that. So good. Just back to accountability. I think just being a Leo, we're fueled by our creativity. Like our Delulu is great for creativity, but as far as like reality, is just like I just need to take accountability in certain parts that I play in my dating life, and certain decisions that I make. And I think that's just what that post was about. Like, I need to, all right, stop playing. Like, stay focused on your dreams. You want to have multiple businesses. You want to be great in what you're doing. Focus up. Stop dealing with people you don't need to be dealing with. Stop making excuses of why somebody does what they do. You don't have to understand why. All you have to understand is I don't have to deal with that person. I have to stay focused. I have dreams. I have shit that I have to do. And like I said, that just comes back to having accountability. When you have accountability, you don't make any excuses. You just do the work. You just jump in and do the work.
I love this. I ain't gonna lie. Your growth has been like, since I've known you for a long time. Like
I know.
A long time. But like actually hearing you actually like speak about your growth and about everything that you've been able to be, that you've been through, and just your way of handling everything, I feel like it's so impressive. And I'm truly inspired. I felt like there was a lot of gems in this conversation. So before we go, is there anything that you would like to tell the people? Anything that you got coming up that we didn't highlight?
I would say follow all my social medias. 2025 is coming. The Rose Connect media is jumping to YouTube. We're doing more interviews. I've been working behind the scenes, studying my craft. I would say look out for RE3. This is going to be my third event, my biggest event, my most proud event. So 2025, I'm ready. Y'all stay tuned. Y'all go to the Rose Connect and y'all look for whatever resources you need. Tap in with that. Tap in with yourselves. And yeah, buy my book and just stay tuned, because what I also want from others, I also plan to give back. So just back to the same thing, build the brand, support the brand. I'm building my brand, help support your brand, and we all come together and we all eat. And it's just that simple.
And if people want to follow you, what are your socials? Where can they go to follow
For
you?
poetry, and my personal page, I would say that is Abby Lee Rose, ABBYLEEROSEX. For media is the Rose Connect 1. And then for my events that I throw, it is the Rose Experience NYC. You guys tap in, y'all follow, and stay tuned, because it's going to be a very eventful year to come.
Dope. Before we go, is there anything that you would like to ask me?
Yeah, I'm going to ask you off the camera, because it's time to lock in, because
Okay.
you're Mr. Broadcast journalist, and you're the person I need to be tapped in with. So, yeah we're definitely going to get into it. But no, I would just like to say you are a pillar to this community. You have so much value, and I would love to see more of what you have going on so I can capture that.
I love that. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Queen. The energy is immaculate per usual.
Period.
And like I said, you're tuned in to Talk Ain't Cheap. Y'all know the slogan's not that deep. It's a vibe. Oh, by the way, Immaculate Scent. Go get that.